welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Mikey Reacts. Today we're going to be reacting. I've got a lot of requests for Buddy Brown. I like his name, first of all. I don't know if Buddy is his actual real first name or if it's a stage name. Either way, amazing. But more specifically, Stop When You See a Uniform. So we're going to be reacting to that today. It sounds like it's going to be extremely patriotic. It's going to be obviously like a respectful song towards members of the armed forces, members of the US military, and that's something I'm really excited for. That's what I live for. It's absolutely, I love that kind of stuff. Toby Keith's done a lot of it in the past. I've listened to a lot of great stuff like Angel Flight, for example. Hopefully this is going to be upbeat. And yeah, I'm only imagining what the subject matter is going to be like, and I'm really excited for it. If this video gets monetized, there will be a button down here where you can donate or send money to the channel to keep it afloat. You don't have to. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you do want to, and there's no button here, there'll be buttons on other videos, such as the 5 reasons you shouldn't mess with the US military. You can donate there, and 20% will go to an American charity that will be chosen by you guys at the end of May, and I will post a video showing you that donation. So if you do want to donate to a good cause and help this channel keep afloat, that would be amazing. And before we get to the video, sorry to bother you with this, but subscribe to the channel if you really enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up and comment down below of any more recommendations. I keep writing them down. And every time I tick one off, I keep adding 5 more. So you're going to get a constant stream of great reactions coming to you, both musical, historical, and possibly political in the future, although some viewers have said they don't really want to hear that, so I might start a different channel. We'll see where that goes. But before I bore you with any more of that stuff, let's get to the video.
Stop right there when you see those boots and a uniform coming your way. Get off your cell phone and look 'em in the eye and drop that old briefcase. If you want to see what a hero looks like, this might be your chance. Before you go back home to your safe little world, y'all, don't you understand? These are the men and women that keep us living safe inside our homes. And if you took 1 minute, your head would be spinning to see the things that they know. So stop what you're doing, walk up to him, and tell him how much it means that every night you drift off to sleep. They're all across the planet, making sure you're free. Stop when you see a uniform. Don't you know who you just walked past with your headphones in today? You're all concerned with your own little world just outside the terminal gate. They're coming home from a whole nother world that we know nothing about. So the least we can give them's a standing ovation. It's time they hear us shout. These are the men and women that keep us living safe inside our homes. And if you took 1 minute, your head would be spinning to see the things that they know. So stop what you're doing, walk up to him, and tell him how much it means that every night you drift off to sleep. They're all across the planet, making sure you're free. Stop when you see a uniform. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, these are the men and women that keep us living safe inside our homes. And if you took 1 minute, your head would be spinning to see the things that they know. So stop what you're doing and walk up to him and tell him how much it means that every night you drift off to sleep. They've got it covered, protecting you and me. Stop when you see a uniform. God bless the USA.
Yes, sir, Buddy Brown. Yes, sir. Nice. Who is Buddy Brown and why have I never heard of him? Like, the video. Wait. It only has 1.4 million views. I don't say only 1.4 million views as though it's dismissive, right? It's like, obviously, in terms of the way country music is, he might be considered a relatively small artist. But I don't know why, because that was absolutely mad. That was incredible. First of all, let's go over his voice. His voice was amazing. Second of all, his looks. I know it sounds ridiculous to say, but he looks the part of a country boy. He clearly is. Like, the musical aspect of it clearly shows that he is, and obviously the patriotism. I'm not saying that patriotism is exclusive only to country music, but what I've seen so far is that it is heavily based in country music. It's like a big subject matter within country music, and I think that's important to note because you can kind of see that a lot of country musicians they create a lot of music that is very much, of course, pro USA, but very patriotic and pro military. And when I say pro military, I don't mean in like the negative sense that people can take it as. I mean as in very supportive of the troops, and that's very important, and that's clearly what Buddy Brown is. Guys, before I carry on with my analysis, will you put down in the comment section like, who is Buddy Brown? Where's he from? And can you recommend me some more of his music? Because his voice was absolutely incredible. I know that YouTube will recommend me some of his songs already. Like, I've seen them, yeah. Like, I've seen the recommendations, but I want to hear them from you. That's the most important thing. So, like, my takeaway of that is, yeah, stop when you see a uniform. You know, these people have incredible stories. They've done incredible things for you and your freedoms, you know. Pay that some respect. And I know I've heard from a lot of veterans in the United States that actually getting told 5, 6, 7 times a day, thank you for your service, can to a certain point become annoying. I'm not saying they're not saying that in a disrespectful way where they're annoyed by people saying them that, telling them that. I think they just feel as though, you know, it gets a bit much all the time, almost like a famous actor or musician walking down the street. Maybe the first few times they get noticed is kind of exciting for them, and then after that, sort of that excitement fades away. It might very much be the same with military personnel, especially because in their minds, they're not necessarily doing something special. They don't believe that. They believe that to be the norm. And of course, for us, that's not how we see it. I believe the majority of people watching this will agree with me that they don't see that as something normal or insignificant. In fact, it'd be quite the opposite. Something very important and meaningful to us, and very impressive in honor and valor as well, you know. So, yeah, I have a story of my own actually. I feel like I may have been lied to, but I'm not. Well, no, I was. So I was in Las Vegas about 5 years ago, and there was a man sitting on the sidewalk. He was clearly homeless, and he was wearing a U.S. Air Force veteran's cap. And I walked up to him, and he seemed hungry, and he asked me. I asked him if I could get him anything, so I did. He actually asked for a slice of pizza and a beer. So I got him. I went into the store with him. I got him a slice of pizza and a beer. I then started chatting to him afterwards. I asked him where he served, and he told me he joined the Air Force, but never made it through to boot camp. Never made it through boot camp. Now, answer me this: is that stolen valor? I would assume it is. I felt a bit robbed. Don't get me wrong. I'd be grateful to help absolutely anyone who's homeless and needs a helping hand in terms of food or whatever it may be. But I felt slightly robbed because I thought I was providing this man who had done such a great service for the country, for the United States, with some food and something to drink. I know alcohol is not the best thing to get someone, but everyone enjoys a nice beer, right? You don't have to be an alcoholic to enjoy a beer. So I thought I was doing that really nice thing, and I found out actually he joined but never really made it through boot camp. So I don't know what that is. Is he considered a veteran? Most likely not. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. But that's my story from, like, you know, I've always liked to stop. And I remember watching in awe as well. Once I sat in the diner and I saw two Vietnam vets because they were wearing the caps, and I sat there in awe, like, if only I mean, they'd never speak about it, I'm sure, but if only I could like appreciate exactly what it is that they went through, what those eyes have seen, and what lies in their mind, must be absolutely incredible. Because men like that at the moment, unfortunately, of course not in the US military, but generally speaking in society, are few and far between. So um, I would have loved to have sat down and gotten to know them and had a chat, but of course, they're two relatively old men just going about their business. The last thing they want is some Brit going up to them and asking them about their war stories, which I'd never do because it's slightly disrespectful, but I did want to go up to them and say, thank you for your service and thank you for what you did. But I didn't want to disturb their meal at the same time. That it was Sunday morning, they're enjoying a lovely meal, probably after church as well. So just lead them to it. But anyway, that's my story with respecting people of the armed forces. I think in the UK there isn't enough of it. I think our armed forces are slightly overlooked. They're not sort of uh, they're not sort of, I wouldn't say they're not respected, but they're not so out in the open as they are in the United States, where there's a lot of praise for them. There's music and songs and movies made about them. Unfortunately, that really isn't the case in the UK, and it's actually quite sad because our boys do a great job. They were in Iraq, they were in Afghanistan, they were in Korea. I don't know if you know that, but they were in Korea. We fought in the Falklands, and of course World War One, World War Two, and of course wars before that. When we were fighting on your land. But yeah, there isn't enough in the UK, and I love the fact that there's plenty of it in the United States. It's patriotism, it's pro-veteran, and it's absolutely amazing. Of course, we do have charities in the UK that provide for veterans as well, and I personally give some money to them every single month, and I think it's a really good thing that it's a duty for us to do that. But there isn't enough in the UK compared to the US, and I really implore those in the United States who really have negative feelings towards their troops and the US military, change it, because it's not about the war, it's about the men, it's about the soldier, about the individual. So really rethink that. That's my opinion anyway. Anyway, I'll leave you with that message. And like I said, this video most likely is not going to be monetized. So if you do fancy leaving any donations, which will eventually, 20% eventually will go to a charity, which I'll post a video, then go to another video. It'll come up at the end screen here somewhere. Go to the video that's 5 reasons you shouldn't mess with the United States, and you can donate there. And that's also a lovely reaction video that you might want to watch as well, because it just shows the strength of the US military. And I know you guys know how strong your military is, but maybe this will show you just how strong it is, because I'm sure everything in this video is out of date. So if that's how strong you guys were 5 years ago, I can't imagine how strong you guys are now. So yeah, I mean, apart from all the stuff that Biden left over there in Afghanistan, and now has the Taliban being the best armed military in the world beside the Western powers, that's a different story anyway. But yes, so if you want to support the channel, that's the way to do it. And you also are supporting an American charity that I will choose at the end of May, and I will donate to at the end of May. So yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic. So prior to you doing that, thank you already for your support. And I really, really appreciate it. If not, support the channel simply by subscribing, giving it a like, or commenting down below, and letting us know any new music that I can listen to, anything that you want to see, history videos, political videos, absolutely anything, any genre as well, I will react to. Let me know. So thank you very much for your support and watching this video. I can't wait to see you next time. See you later, guys.